Rogue signal. Is the caster truly in control of all this in the real world? How long has it been since you were last here, Director Saria? Going a little spacey? That's not like you. Thinking about the test site? Do you remember Hayden 1 Laboratory? Of course I do. That's where Ifrit's from, right? We've investigated that place together. I've been to several hundred similar ruins since. It's very risky to work with the military. Raine Lab hides behind layers of contracts and conducts these dangerous experiments with other laboratories doing the dirty work. But this time, Ferdinand chose to charge into the fray himself. That tells us Raine is one careless move away from turning into one of those ruins. If he fails, Ferdinand will end up buried under the ruins too, right? His real cause of death won't even hit the papers. Ferdinand has no way out of this anymore. He has no choice but to make sure this experiment succeeds. Are you about silencing the gang? I'm only analyzing the risks. Huh. I thought you were more honest than that. Okay. She'll be fine. She's a lot stronger than she used to be. Just look out for Iffy. Are you consoling me, Dr. Miosis? That's unnecessary. I've never doubted Silence's and Telops' abilities. They will assume their own responsibilities, and so will we. I believe in our operators. My, you really have a way with words. Makes me want to jump ship and hop over. Multiple power armors, signals approaching. Doctor, the Liberian merc is catching up to us. Perhaps she's been waving nearby. Dr. Raine, are you sure Kirsten is here? Sorry is right. Ferdinand can't take this failure. But we don't have time for trial and error, do we? Ferdinand doesn't want to let anyone find control. There's only one place to hide from prying eyes. Raine Lab headquarters. So that's the place that checks the most boxes, huh? After I lost contact with Kirsten, I went to her home, test sites, and all her favorite spots. Everyone who works at Raine knows Control doesn't like to hang around the office. Every day, a bunch of staff members ask where she is, but who knew that she could be right there under our noses? Scan complete. Doctor, it's just as you thought. There's a large group of armed militants guarding all exits on all floors. Raine HQ must already be under Ferdinand's control. We need to make our moves carefully, and I'm including both Miosis and myself. Seize them. Damn it. What are you blinking for? All units, we've got a situation at the lab's entrance. There's a pioneer and a Raine researcher. In the end, we still gotta hurt people. That's self-defense. I'll testify for you. There's an emergency exit to the left. Run that way. We'll talk after we make it out. Someone's coming. Get ready. Wait, you again? Miss Elena? I didn't hurt you, did I? I'm fine. I figured you'd strike, so I braced myself. All of you, stay right where you are. You're Mary Banner of the Trimount City Police Department. We're taking a kidnapping and assault suspect into custody. I'd appreciate your cooperation. Suspect? Mary. You're a hard one to catch. Isn't that right, team leader? Drop your weapons and put your hands up. This is not the time for this, Mary. you could have chose like a better time, right? Right hand too. Put your right hand up, please. A syringe? Hold on. What are you trying to do? This is a physical examination. There might be a hazardous material leaking leakage in these laboratories. Regulations demand that we execute prevention procedures on all personnel. May I take a look at the medicine you're administering? The situation is critical. Please don't get in the way. Warning. Procedure does not match existing records. What you are doing is completely against the rules. Rules? I don't need a researcher who was kicked out of Raine to teach me about rules. What about me then? Do I have the right to ask you to turn the syringe over? Director Franks. I'm the overseer of Site 359. State your objectives immediately. Sorry, Director Franks, but Director Clooney has taken over responsibility for all your site's functions. Without his orders, you can't ask us about our operation. If I recall correctly, only control can change the experiment's overseer. What gives Ferdinand the right to overstep his bounds? I can't answer that. This should be enough. Mission complete. All units pull out. They're gone? Affirmative. The defense section personnel are quickly evacuating the site. I thought they were here to take the pioneers away. Am I mistaken about Ferdinand? Ferdinand. Ugh. Dr. Silence. All pioneers who received injections have lost consciousness. Tend to them immediately. Director Franks, do you know how to administer emergency treatment? Director Franks? Ma'am, I thought we were here to save Mr. Sonny. Don't think you can change my mind with a couple of sentimental words. You got my letter. Trying to win my sympathy only works once, Romano. I'm just glad I didn't let you get away. Otherwise, who knows what kind of surprises I'd have waiting for me. You don't trust me? Why should I? 4 years ago, you didn't want to go to the quarantine zone. I trusted you and helped you lay low. Then how did you turn around and thank me? I was out of my mind. My euripicy plus my insurance premiums drove me nuts. I had no other... You broke into my place and forced me to give you everything worth half a dime. Just for your goddamn insurance premium. You thought they'd let you back into your law firm if you paid it? You know how much that scared Nana? Did you know she's been bedridden ever since? Remember how she doted on you? Even more than she did her own granddaughter. And how about this? After you got spooked and ran off, I was so worried the cops would find you. Do you know what I went through to cover it all up for you? You don't know anything. You're a cold-blooded, selfish criminal. I should never have been so soft on you. Officer! It doesn't matter what kind of bad blood you two have with each other. We need to get out of here. Otherwise, he kidnapped you. And you're making his case for him? Listen to me. The real problem is with Raine Lab. The shaking? Is that coming from inside? Dorothy's lab. Run! Oop. It actually happened. Such intense tremors occurring across a large area. Is it a catastrophe? No. Not a catastrophe. It's the lab. Bruh. In the center of the laboratory cluster, a fissure appears on what should have been an exceedingly sturdy building. It wasn't caused by the tremors. The building is being torn apart from its deepest parts. Something is breaking out of its shell, bit by bit, and unbelievably quickly. In just an instant, half its floors are engulfed. Above the rubble, the silver object starts bringing the entire site into its embrace. The newly born, colossal object gracefully twists its geometric figure and coldly stares down at the people on the ground. None of this is beyond her comprehension. She understands the principles behind all this, and she's calculated all the possibilities. Yet she still forgets to breathe and blink, and she forgets all about the trembling earth beneath her feet and the roaring gusts all around. Her dream has evolved from a blueprint and a word of promise to a reality. How beautiful, but also terrifying. Get down. Ah, damn, she tackled her. You were in tremendous danger. If you were just 1 inch closer, you would have been crushed by the bricks. It's too late. What is? Doctor, you failed to stop me. My experiment succeeded. Director Clooney, what's happening at the laboratories? You are frightened. Frightened? Of course not. I'm just overwhelmed with emotion at these results. I'm truly happy for you and Director Franks. Your teeth are chattering. Perfect. Fearing such great unknowns is an instinct of the weak. You're right. Before your results, our enemies, the Columbia's enemies, will tremble in fear. You're talking about terrorizing our enemies? That's what the army men worry about all day and night. They give me the funding, and I give them the weapons. We scratch each other's back, and that's where it ends. But you did remind me. It's time to move to the next phase. Wouldn't that provoke it? What about the people at the site? They're making the greatest sacrifice of all. Remember their names. As pioneers in the truest sense, their names will go down in history. Their fearlessness gave birth to this ferocious beast, and we will take control of it and make it ours. It will be our hands and eyes. Just as our ancestors, the brave settlers, brought burden beasts under their control, enabling civilization to conquer the wilderness. We too will conquer this beast created by technology and expand mankind's reach into even greater unknowns. We will be the trailblazers who expand the frontiers of civilization. Are these silver monsters? How did they grow so big? I don't think shooting is gonna help. We'll need something special to do any damage. You goddamn monster! Did you see those arrows? The 3 arrows, all shot at different times, approach the silver geometric figure in a tidy row. The further they fly, the slower they get, all the way down to an immeasurable crawl. Yet they remain suspended in the air, enveloped by the silver light. They disappear from sight at the very same moment. So the monster's got some magic tricks. It disintegrated them, but it seems awfully quiet to me. Watch out! Move! Was that an energy beam? Or some crossbow boats? Where did it come from? It was so quick, I couldn't catch it. Logic can't explain its movements and attack patterns. Perhaps that thing, moving and attacking, are one and the same. Supposing this really is the final product of Dorothy's experiment, and the whole site was in its range of perception. If the idea crossed its mind, it could modify the physical properties of all objects within that range instantaneously. Or in plain Victorian, we're like modeling clay for a kid to play with, is that right? More or less. We need to stop attacking it, officer. Otherwise it'll level the whole site within minutes. Wait, I wouldn't happen to have a bunch of explosive equipped drones, would I? Keep dreaming. So what about those people from my lab? Are they here to help us deal with the experiment? Of course not. Do you remember what I just said? You about it leveling the whole site? It's already begun. Am I seeing things? Did that crane turn into a perfect sphere? It won't be long before it hits the quarters too. Damn it, if the site goes down, Tri-mounts. Not to mention the other cities are still in the dark. They don't even know a monster made by some stupid freaking eggheads is about to roll them up into a ball. We need to get out of here right now. Get the word out. We need to get the word out about this. He's known for a long time it could come to this. Who? Who's behind all this? Who take it this far? Dorothy Franks? No. It's not her. It's a man who's made a fool for who's made a fool for a long time now. Someone who's really taken me for a ride. He wants to erase the pioneers and everything that's happened here at the site. And all of Raine Lab might be on his side. The police were probably bought off too. I'll bet good money there's no media outlet ready to report on this. Miss Elena, you know who we should get the word out to? Rhodes Island. I'll find Dr. Silence. This is the most crucial objective of our operation. But you'll be trapped there. Your lives might even be in danger. I trust Dr. Raine. And you too. I know we can do this. You trust me? What can I do? The observation station. I have to get to observation. Need a ride? The transport over there. I borrowed it from Raine. It so happens I need to get back and nab the real bad guy behind all this. You're going the same way, aren't you? Mind if I tag along? No matter which way we slice this, officer. I'm a suspect in your custody. Mary doesn't answer, but she extends her hand to Sunny nonetheless. Beside her, Elena does the same. Sunny takes their hands and climbs onto the transport, its engine already running. The three of them, a police officer, a pioneer, and a researcher, speed toward the edge of the site together. The sandstorm behind them gives chase in vain, unable to stop their escape. Oh, Director Mulsis, coming in for work this late at night. Oh, yes, there's always more to do. Your work must be exhausting. And who are these two? Some very important business partners of ours. You don't recognize this one? Sorry. I'm not so good with heavily shrouded faces. This is the famous originum theory scholar, Oripathy expert, and catastrophe researcher. Oh, you! Your representation precedes you. It's my lucky day getting the chance to meet such an amazing scientist like you. This guy's never heard of me, has he? We have urgent business to attend to, so we'll be heading up now. If we get the chance, we should have lunch tomorrow, together sometime, okay? Right. Don't let me keep you. Wait. I thought you looked familiar. Aren't you that expert in the field of defensive materials? Parvis. Raine Lab has really expanded at an astonishing pace the last couple of years, hasn't it? The consequence is that our little new friends have much to learn. Two directors here at the same time? I'd better get back to work. Please excuse me. You aren't going to tell him I'm back? Forgive me. But my eyes aren't what they used to be. Have I met such a lovely voiver lady before? Bro, he's shooting a shot. If you've nothing else for me, I'd better get home. An old man like me needs his sleep. Right, Director Mulsis? Don't forget the black bean tea you owe me. Whew. Sorry. Did he really just happen to be passing by? It's 4 in the morning. Parvis normally would have gone home 9 hours ago. I knew it. He's not lining up behind either Ferdinand or Kirsten until the last minute, when he's sure how the chips will fall. He's still calculating the odds, waiting to see. I bet that even if Raine Lab gets blasted to rubble, he'll walk out without a scratch. They've entered Raine HQ. Recon team, prepare to intercept. Let's slow down a little. It's you. I saw you fight Saria, and I'm pretty intrigued by your equipment. Mind if I took a look? Is this how you always greet your enemies before engaging? Rhodes Island Elite Operator? Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not talking as a Rhodes Island Elite Operator there. As a mechanist, I respect all exceptional technology and its innovators. Which is why I wanted to ask how you'd feel before I took that special looking staff of yours. You're a funny one, Mr. Mechanist. I was only going to meet with Saria, but you and your boss, that doctor, certainly gave me a bigger surprise. You know my name? You've looked into me too, haven't you? It's the habit of our kind to gather up as much information as we can before a fight. Your name is in Raine HQ's database, Miss Holheak. But I don't buy that Ferdinand would hire a history scholar to hunt his coworkers down. That'd be silly, even for the impossible world of Columbian academia. It's my side gig. You research history for a side gig? Wrong. I'm a historian. I'm just here to see a millennium-old prophecy come true. Likewise, I believe our future is heading in a direction that will lead us to certain hidden historical secrets. Just like you, I seek the truth. We're here. Do you know how to find your scumbag boss, researcher? He should be in the control room right now. There's a vent around the corner. If you can get inside it, that's your quickest route to the control room. You'll want to hurry though. We're about to have company. Officer? I knew you were on their side. You're weak-willed. You can't put your past with this criminal behind you. He's not a criminal yet, punk. You people don't have the power to convict. Not yet, anyways. You're heading past the point of no return. But why? You're also exceptional. Why destroy your future? Why? Didn't she take my advice? This is about someone else, isn't it? I can say this to you for her. Again. Ugh. Because we know what we're fighting for. To protect certain people. To protect certain rules from being trampled by people like that scumbag director. We don't hesitate. Ever. We aren't like you. Probing all the sides before you pick one. And even going so far as to ask that dumb question before a fight. Did you find out which way you're going? I think so. Up to it then. What about you? I have a crossbow. You don't. Worry about yourself, not me. Thanks. Take care of yourself. Why aren't you going with her? I thought you came all this way to settle your score with him too. I've got my own weapon. It's been a long time since we fought side by side. What are you talking about? You mean back when we used to play those games? Besides, I was always the one dragging you out to play. Thanks for that. I really miss those days. I mean it. The elevator up ahead will take us straight to Control's office. It's safer if we take the fire exit in the back. I know, but aren't we in a hurry? It'll be faster if we head straight there and run into less armed personnel along the way. Wait, don't go over there. Huh? Whoopsie, I forgot this area is monitored. Doctor, it's time for plan B. Intruder spotted. Here. Over here. Grab the intruder. Wait, Director? Hello, Reggie. What are you doing here? No. You don't have clearance anymore. I can't let you go any further. When facing an intruder, hesitating only gives a chance for your enemy to strike. Do you need me to teach you this all over again? Shields up. Prepare to stun. Targeted intruder. Saria. You pass. Just barely. Have the latest data been recorded? Yes, they have. Note the drone's positions. Do not let the test subject's actions influence first-hand data collection. Don't worry, boss. The first-hand data you want are right here in front of you. Elena, I'm glad you're safe. I've worked under you for so many years now. Regarding the slightest change in your expression has become part of my job. Reading, my bad. Your left eyebrow twitched ever so slightly. You're surprised. Well, you are full of surprises. It's a relief to have you back. Those stupid new hires really need a fine researcher like you to discipline them. You want me to be a team leader? No, not a team leader. You see that key on the desk? Take it. You've more than proven your abilities. You don't need to be anyone's assistant anymore. Not mine, and not Dorothy's. I want you to handle the next project as overseer. This key is a present I prepared for you. An all-new spacious laboratory. Your laboratory. No matter what kind of experiments you want to run, both Raine Lab and I will fully support you. Wonderful. Have you considered letting me take over as energy director? That is not out of the question. You don't seem particularly happy about my surprise. That's because no matter what kind of future you had in mind for me, my answer was always going to be no. Set your staff down. What are you afraid of? That I'm going to betray you and ruin the moment you see your bright future manifesting right before your final victory? I might just consider doing that. I don't understand. I've given you so much. I saw talent, diligence, and ambition in you. All three are necessary to achieve success. All three qualities that also define me. Of course you wouldn't understand. If you actually thought so highly of me, as you say, you'd have told me the truth behind the experiments. You'd tell me how you disregarded the safety of your test subjects, how you used me to keep tabs on Dorothy, and how when you finally have no more use for me, you'll wipe me out, along with the evidence of your crimes. You think I'm some stupid little girl who listens to everything you say? Even with Olivia's nudging, it took me till the moment you make your move for me to finally open my eyes. You aren't ready, Elena. I was afraid you'd be shaken. Here you are. You've never trusted me. You don't trust anyone. Only yourself. So why should I trust you again? Why should I trust your promises now? I've never given anyone more chances than I've given you. You know what? You're more like me than my own children. I've poured much blood and sweat into you. Even now, if it's what you want, I would still welcome you at my side. This is the last thing I'll ever ask of you. Please shut up, boss. Take your present and your fake sincerity and stay far away from me. Starting today, I, Elena Urbica, am no longer your stupid little assistant or your pawn. Ferdinand Clooney, you're fired. Director Clooney, grab her. Get the writer. Director, are you alright? I'm fine. Elena, stop. Stop looking at me like you care about me at all. It disgusts me. You say I don't understand you, but you've never truly understood me either. Perhaps I actually hesitated, worried in that brief moment just now. I wasn't worried about the ruckus you were causing. I was worried about you. I really didn't want to see things come to this. Those words. Right back at you. What do we do? The defense guys just keep coming and coming. Ferdinand's got all the sites covered. It doesn't matter how much of a fight Sari can put up. There's no way she can take on so many at once. We're counting on you, Dr. Mulsis. Me? No way, I don't know how to fight. All the running around to dodge their attacks is exhausting already. Don't you hear all my panting, Doctor? Didn't you quite ingeniously cover for Saria just now? You know? You've been blocking Saria's line of sight, intentionally or otherwise. You've been pretty calm ever since you heard me guess this is where control is. They almost got me. Doctor, you pulled me back? You'd still do that for me? Even though you figured out that I might have other ideas? You're free to have other ideas. I want you to help Saria. This is for the benefit of both Rhodes Island and Raine Lab. That's the second time you've saved me now, Dr. Raine. Alright. Let's call this my way of repaying the favor, then. I'll stay with you guys at least this once and help Saria get to where she wants to go. Hear me, water molecules? Step up and give these nice people a little kissy and wash away all the dust under our feet. The elf wavered. What a poor soul. She's always looking for some kind of promise of the future. Who would willingly admit she and her race belong only to the past? Can this Dr. Raine really give her what Kirsten can't? Ma'am, Saria has broken through the blockade. Let her meet her old friend then. I still have other work to finish. Looks like this mechanist and I would just have to catch up next time. That is, if he survives the power armor. How long has it been since I was here? 1,497 days. Perhaps we were already enemies when we said our goodbyes. Will we still be friends when we meet again? You're back, Saria. Hello, Kirsten.